The aim of this presentation is to inform you of the main terms and conditions you can look forward to as an FY1 working in HSC in Northern Ireland. We will also look at how the BMA can support you now and also throughout your medical career. The BMA is the Doctors' Trade Union and Professional Association. We are the voice of the medical profession, representing all doctors and medical students locally and nationally on the issues that affect you and support you throughout your careers. We are here if you experience any difficulties at work, need individual career support, or want to build on your professional development. The BMA is not an indemnity insurer and does not deal with patient complaints. We therefore recommend you seek this cover in addition to your BMA membership. Moving on to the main components of your contract of employment. This section will cover basic pay, pay banding supplement, breaks, rest and hours, EWTR opt-out, relocation and excess travel expenses, and annual leave. This slide details information on basic pay and pay banding supplements. Banding supplements are to recognise the hours worked over and above the basic 40 hours. We will look more closely at this on the next slide. Remuneration for hours in excess of 40 per week is calculated using a banding system subdivided on the basis of the amount of antisocial work. Band 2 is split into bands 2A and 2B, and Band 1 is split into bands 1A, 1B and 1C. 2A and 1A include all rotas that, within their respective hours limits, require the most frequent work at the most antisocial times as defined by the banding criteria. 2B and 1B include all rotas that, within their respective hours limits, require less frequent and less antisocial out-of-hours work. 1C includes all rotas that require juniors to work between 40 and 48 hours per week with a low frequency, non-resident on-call pattern of work. F is in relation to less than full-time trainees who work less than 40 hours per week and is on a pro rata basis. Band 1. Doctors work up to 48 hours of actual work per week. Band 2. Doctors work 49 to 56 of actual hours per week. Band 3. Non-compliant posts. These posts do not meet the hour limits and rest requirements of the New Deal, your terms and conditions of service. The BMA Pay Band Calculator app will assist you in working out whether you're being paid the correct banding supplement. You can access the calculator via our website. Monitoring is a contractual requirement for you and your employer. It is the only reliable way to determine the banding supplement. It takes place twice per year, in spring and autumn, unless annual monitoring has been agreed by the BLG. Monitoring can, however, take place more frequently at the request of you or your employer if there's been a change or the paper rota is not reflective of what happens in practice. You must monitor your hours accurately. You could be considered to be in breach of contract if you fail to submit a return. It can never be detrimental to an individual to monitor, but it can have significant advantages. The process is via an electronic system in Northern Ireland called Allocate. The Trust will notify you of when monitoring is planned to commence. You will be required to document all hours worked, record all breaks obtained, untick the natural break box if you do not get natural breaks. If you work beyond your template hours, start early, finish late, provide a comprehensive and sufficient comment to explain why. If you routinely work beyond your contracted hours or do not achieve your natural breaks, then you should also raise this with management, your educational and clinical supervisors as soon as possible. All F1s in Northern Ireland work a full shift working arrangement. A full shift working arrangement requires a junior doctor to achieve an uninterrupted natural break of 30 minutes after working approximately 4 hours continuous duty, and to achieve it within the 5th hour at the latest. The way to indicate you did not get a sufficient natural break is to untick the natural break box in your monitoring. The electronic monitoring hours picker depicts every 15-minute period. If you get a break, indicate it in the 15-minute picker, assuming you're getting a full 15 minutes. Note: attendance at teaching, X-ray or work-related meetings, even with lunch provided, is not a natural break. Discussing and organising the jobs for the day ahead while taking a coffee is counted as work. Natural breaks due are dependent on shift length. Shift duration up to 5 hours does not require any natural break. From 5 hours up to 9 hours, 1 natural break. From 9 hours up to 13 hours, 2 natural breaks. From 13 hours up to 14 hours plus, 3 natural breaks. If you routinely are not able to take your breaks, you should raise this with your educational and clinical supervisors in the first instance, and contact BMA for support. In addition to the rules in your Terms and Conditions of Service, there is health and safety legislation, EWTR, in place which informs the absolute minimums in relation to hours and rest. EWTR requires a working week to be an average of no more than 48 hours per week over a reference period of 26 weeks. It also requires a period of 11 hours continuous rest a day off each week, and at least a 20-minute rest break every 6 hours. You can opt out of the EWTR. Trainees can opt out of the 48 average hours limit to a maximum of 56, but cannot opt out of EWTR rest requirements. For more information on opting out, please visit our website. A common problem with trainee rotas is that what is on paper doesn't match what is happening on the ground. If this is the case, it is wise to first make sure you've been given reasonable time to become familiar with the working environment, team and systems. If difficulty persists, collectively raise your concerns with line management. Explain the difficulties and challenges. Work out solutions together and put them into place. And request monitoring. If you need further help, please contact the BMA. Junior doctors are entitled to assistance with additional costs associated to rotating to different employers for the sake of their training. This can be in the form of financial assistance in relation to relocation, usually capped. You can find out what the cap is by linking with your employing organisation. To qualify, a junior doctor must be on a rotational training programme, i.e. training consisting of at least 2 training placements, and live at least 40 miles or more away from the hospital they are moving to. Alternatively, a junior doctor could be assisted by access travel expenses. This is applicable where the junior doctor chooses to travel to the placement further away. The access travel they receive is in the form of mileage expenses for the distance between their home and the hospital on their rotational programme that is closest to their home and the one that is further away. The standard mileage rates apply unless public transport can be relied upon. The annual leave year runs from the start date of your appointment and you will be entitled to 5 weeks per annum. This is divided across 3 F1 placements. As your level of seniority progresses, you will attract 6 weeks annual leave annually. You are entitled to bank holidays and statutory days in addition to annual leave. If in the course of your duty you are required to be present in hospital or other place of work between the hours of midnight and 9 a.m. on a statutory or bank holiday, you should receive a day off in lieu. Also, if you're on a non-rotated day on a bank or statutory holiday, you would be entitled to time off in lieu. Annual leave is at the employer's discretion on the basis of service needs. Annual leave cannot be unreasonably withheld and must be allowed for life-changing events, for example your wedding day. If you encounter difficulties, please call the BMA. If you are off work due to sickness, you are entitled to 1 month full pay, followed by 2 months half pay during your first year of service. This increases with service, up to 6 months full pay, followed by 6 months half pay, after completing 5 years of service. Contact BMA Financial Services to find out about income protection. So now let's have a look at what else the BMA can do to support you. As a BMA member, you have a wealth of services and benefits. Please make sure you take advantage of everything your membership offers. The BMA has specialist advisors dedicated to offering individual employment advice. If you have a question or a query, please get in contact with a BMA employment advisor by telephone, email, or via the web chat. You will shortly be receiving a new contract outlining the terms and conditions of your new role. BMA recommends that you take advantage of its free contract checking service. 25% of the contracts BMA checked in 2022 deviated from the national model, and given the complexities of your new role, this service may save you time, money, and unnecessary stress in the long run. You can send your contract to us and our expert team will send it back to you with any comments within 5 working days. The BMA is also a professional organisation and helps members develop their careers with world-class learning resources to support their development. As a member, you can access BMJ e-learning, webinars, workshops, and have access to the BMA library. Another important member benefit is the world-leading British Medical Journal. You'll have free access to the BMJ online to keep up to date with latest news, clinical advice, and also future careers. Clinical Key is a clinical search engine for doctors and students, and you can use this tool to access the latest clinical evidence and point of care support if you are a doctor, and to support your study and exams if you are a student. Discover a range of courses and learning materials to help you excel in your career and studies, no matter what stage you're at. As a BMA member, you have access to online learning that you can do at your own pace from wherever you are. You can access free and discounted courses and also events. On this slide, you will see some of the live webinars and e-modules currently available. In particular, one to highlight is the upcoming Preparing Effectively for FY1 webinar on Thursday, the 18th of May. If you're interested in attending, you can register via the BMA website. Get help with making an informed choice about what kind of doctor you would like to be. Specialty Explorer is a tool for BMA members that matches you with medical specialties that suit your preferences. If at any time you need support or you'd like to speak to someone in confidence, please know that we're here for you. Our BMA Wellbeing Support Services are open 24/7 to all doctors and medical students. You will have the choice of speaking to a counsellor or another doctor who you can contact for peer support. Visit bma.org.uk or call 0330 123 1245. The services are confidential and free of charge. And just a few reminders to finish up. If you aren't already a member of the BMA, but you'd like to join to receive some of our benefits, you can do so by clicking on the link on the slide or scanning the QR code. To ensure you're receiving the most relevant information, please update your details, especially your email address, as this is our main way of contacting you. And please make sure to sign up for the communications you wish to receive by updating your communication preferences. You can do this by logging onto your BMA web account. Don't forget to get your contract checked for free as part of your membership, and also take a look at the membership benefits available to you. Make sure you're using your membership to the full. Lastly, please review the Junior Doctor Handbook that is on our website. This covers every aspect of a junior doctor's working life. Thank you for your time, and should you require any help or any guidance, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.